He has conquered almost every peak in football history. Over 800 official goals, 5 Champions League titles, and 5 Ballon d'Or. Yet, in his vast trophy cabinet, there is one hauntingly empty space, a space that has driven him for 2 decades. This is the FIFA World Cup trophy. Today, we analyze the global ripples of 2 parallel realities. Let's start with the hard data. Ronaldo is the only human being to score in 5 different World Cups, but there is a shadow over his greatness. 0 goals in the World Cup knockout stages, 8 matches, 570 minutes of silence. If he wins, this isn't just a victory. It's the greatest redemption arc in the history of sports. Universe 1. The reality of defeat. What if the clock hits 90 and Portugal is out? In this world, the knockout curse becomes his final legacy. Critics will use this as the ultimate weapon, claiming that while he dominated clubs, the world stage was his ceiling. In the 15-year GOAT debate, the 2022 victory of Lionel Messi becomes an unbridgeable gap for many. The Ronaldo brand might pivot, shifting from the unstoppable force to a legendary figure of the past. He would leave the pitch as the greatest warrior to never touch the world's ultimate gold, a tragic hero whose story ends with an ellipsis, not a period. You're watching The 12th Man. Our community is built for those who see football as more than just a game. If that's you, hit the subscribe button. It's the only way to ensure you never miss a chapter of football history. Now, let's look at the miracle. Universe 2. The ultimate triumph. Now, imagine the impossible happens. Ronaldo lifts the gold. This wouldn't just be a sports headline, it would be a global seismic event. First, the digital explosion. Analysts predict his victory photo on Instagram would not just break records, it would shatter the internet. We are talking about a potential 100 to 120 million likes, creating a digital monument that might never be surpassed. It would solidify him as the most influential human being in the history of social media. In Portugal, the transformation would be historic. There are already serious discussions about a €7 coin featuring his image. With a World Cup win, this becomes an immediate reality. He wouldn't just be a legend, he would be legal tender. But it doesn't stop there. Experts suggest Portugal could see a Ronaldo effect spike in its national GDP, with tourism and global brand value increasing by billions. He becomes a living, breathing economic engine for his nation. Think about the external shifts. The Nike CR7 brand would likely become the most valuable sub-brand in sporting history, rivaling the Jordan brand itself. We could see the Estadio Nacional renamed after him within weeks. He would become the only player in history to have an airport, a museum, a currency, and a World Cup title, all bearing his name. But beyond the coins, the likes, and the stadiums, look at the human element. Winning the World Cup at nearly 40 years old, after being written off by the world, would be the ultimate middle finger to Father Time. It would be the definitive proof that impossible is just a word used by people who haven't worked hard enough. In this reality, the GOAT debate doesn't just end, it evolves. He becomes the undisputed king of longevity and will. Ronaldo doesn't need a trophy to be a king, but the trophy needs Ronaldo to complete its history. It is the story of a man who didn't wait for destiny. He built it, brick by brick, goal by goal, until he owned the world. Which reality do you choose to live in? The warrior who gave his all, or the king who finally claimed his crown? Share your thoughts in the comments. Like the video to keep the story alive, and stay locked to the 12th man. Because in football, the next miracle is always just one whistle away.